All right, let's get this shindig cook. Let's get this roaster cooking. Let's get this shindig cooking. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Let me put a ring on, because a lady do wear a ring.
Yeah, well, I think it was. Oh. That's okay. I'll be sure to do that. Oh, this is not like zipped all the way.
Okay.
Well, now.
Hello, and welcome to The Last Lap. I am your host, Samantha Gray, filling in for your host, Sunny Summers. Today I am here joined with the original Silly Girl, the winner of Next Top Model Race Champions, Garrett Bosch. Garrett, how have you been?
I have been pretty fabulous. I've been living that college life,
Fab.
looking it up, looking it down,
Fab.
feeling very silly and very fierce.
Fierce.
It's been a roller coaster, you guys.
So, tell us, what doors have Next Top Model Race opened for you since winning champions?
Yeah, honestly, the whole journey kind of just placed a seed in each of these little areas that I wanted to explore even more. It forced the whole thing forces you to be a photographer. It forces you to be your own stylist, all the makeup. You have to do all of it, and those kind of aligned with what I wanted to do. So since then, I've really expanded in all of those areas. Dipped my toes in the water just a little bit.
Do you continue taking fierce pictures, or have you taken a step back to focus on school?
I try. I try. School makes me look really busted, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I get really pale because I'm just inside all the time. But when I snap a fierce pic, I'll snap a fierce pic.
Right, and you've started doing drag since, right?
Yeah, a little bit, yes.
Mhm.
It's weird. All of us have since transitioned or started doing drag, so there's just there's some kind of.
Who are you talking about?
I don't know. I just
Name them. Name the T-girls of the community. All of them.
Named it all.
Name the dolls. You can't name the dolls.
I can't read them.
You don't know how to read, period. That's what I heard. Speaking of read, do you remember the reading challenge for champions?
I don't.
Oh.
Was it reading? How early was it? Was it early in the season?
If there wasn't, Nathan, cut that part out. But I think there was a reading challenge. I may be wrong.
Of course you read. It was fabulous. We read the girls. The girls got read, and we all shredded each other.
The girls did
It
eat.
was a great time.
Okay, now let's get started on this week's, okay, let me restart. All right, now let's get started on this season of Next Top Model Race, The Rebirth. First up, we have the cast reveal. Now, who in just the cast reveal caught your attention, caught your eye, and who didn't?
Who was lacking behind you? Well, I was happy to see the good sis, Seth, Miss Myers' sister. I was like, oh, there she is again, and she comes back again and again and again, and that's what I love. I love someone who's perseverant. Love that girl.
Love perseverance. Love somebody that comes back again and again and again. Honestly, we don't talk about the girls that come back again and again and again and constantly show up for Miss Nate as a friend and a loved one.
And you are one of the same. I mean, how many seasons did you do?
Stop. 5. And I'm a judge on this season and filling in for Miss Sunny Summers. I'm Jujubee.
You're committed and loved and respected. sister.
A true veteran in all forms of life.
That part.
And you are, honestly, you're the Hunger Games winner. You're the Katniss. You won champion, so we both are two sickening bitches.
I'm the queen of all queens.
The queen of all queens. That is a good way to put it. Now, who is your second in command?
Oh, I think it would have to be Miss Sunny Delicious.
Ah! Queen.
My doll.
Love the doll. That is the doll.
That's girl.
Let's just give Sunny her flowers, because that bitch walked for Mark motherfucking Jacobs. Twice. That's insane.
Everyone hasn't seen clips of Miss Sunny Delicious stomping the runway. You
are missing out.
That was the moment. That was the moment that this community like broke through. Like, Sunny is leading.
T girl. Honestly, so Sunny, we definitely miss you here at the last lap, but the audience cannot wait to have you because, girl, I'm not even wearing concealer.
He's not gonna wear it first, right?
So I think it'd be safe to say that the cast reveal was kind of boring because we just got sidetracked for about 2 minutes. What would you say?
Yes, I would say so. But you know what? The real intrigue is in the creativity of the pictures that we're about to see.
Yes, that this first week, these girls really stomped out here. Now, before we get into this week's challenge, let's talk about this week's mini challenge, which was Before we talk about this week's photo shoot, let's talk about this week's mini challenge, which was basically comp cards. Oh, bitch, did I skip the like thing? Do we even want to talk about that? No.
I think we can.
It's not yeah.
There's a lot on it.
Yeah. Okay. So before we get into this week's challenge, the contestants that were just revealed to us were tasked with a mini challenge of doing comp cards. Now, besides the obvious queen, fierce, delicious girl herself, Geraldo, who ate the girls up this week across the board, who are some of your favorites in the comp card challenge?
Let's see. Well, JT really came out here with these professional.
1 second. Sorry. I gotta turn my air off.
I can charge my phone.
I didn't want my air on in the background, but for some reason it's still on. Okay, it'll be fine, I think. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, Nathan will imagine.
Yeah, okay. So, are you ready? Okay. So, before we go on to the first maxi challenge of the week, let's talk about the mini challenge, which was these girls had to do comp cards, which are clean, sophisticated, scaled back, natural, basically what you use when you go to an agency and you show them. You want to show your body, something tight, something like that, natural makeup, natural hair. Now, besides the obvious Geraldo, who clean swept these girls this week, who were some of your favorites?
I lived for JT. First of all, girls are coming with the professional HD cameras with aperture, like full focus.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone looks really stunning in all of these. Geraldo obviously ate.
Geraldo ate.
Seth, my doll. I loved Kemsley's, honestly. They were a little more avant-garde, but I love these five.
That was the only reason that I didn't love Kemsley's, because as a judge, I'm trying to stick to the parameters of the challenge when I'm looking at them. I did live for Robin's and
Yes.
Miss Annabelle's. Miss Annabelle, she's always gonna serve for me.
Bitch, that's mother.
That is mother and father.
That's,
You know, we're non-binary over here. As a community, we're non-binary.
that part.
If you have a problem,
Keep it in the family.
you're transphobic. And just because we're out here reviewing the episode, reviewing the week, does not open up Garrett or I to criticism. Just so you know. We're here for entertainment purposes
Yes, we are both.
only.
We're untouchables.
Untouchable.
That's what we are.
You could never be either one of us. You could never compete 5 times or win champions, so I don't give a fuck what we look like. Now, who won? Geraldo won the challenge of the comp cards. Fierce, Alicious. Now, let's move on to this week's challenge, which was an editorial photo shoot inspired by the beaches and sunsets of Jamaica. Now, this is our first challenge of this season of Next Top Model Race, The Rebirth. You know, these girls are having to rebrand and reawaken a dead community. Who are some of the girls that really took it there for you?
Yeah, this is a very important moment. It truly is a rebirth of something that took most of our time when we were in high school, but there were a lot of fierce ones. Like, the rebirth is really rebirthing. The editing is giving rebirth.
It is giving
Girls are
rebirth.
Coming in knowing what they want to do.
And-
some of my faves. Geraldo really
She
really just take the girls up.
She rebirthed us.
Truly. Sorry about it.
She absolutely tore this whole week. She just did it for me. She did it.
And the post was clean. It was crisp. It was very Jamaica. I didn't even mind like the little khaki short.
No, me
which
neither.
Was, yeah, but it was fierce. The pose was given to me.
Now, this
Mother
photo of Geraldo reminds me a little bit of your picture you did on Champions on top of a roof, which was fierce. It sticks out to me years later. Tell us a little bit about that photo shoot.
So it was about 102 degrees. It was wet outside. Like every time you breathed in, it was like, but the roof was just like next to a parking lot, so it actually wasn't that dangerous. But the fear was that my shoes were gonna melt onto the hot metal roof. That was the only thing that I was thinking about.
That's how you know you are a smart bitch, because that's something that wouldn't even run through my mind.
I don't know if I was a smart bitch for that. I was wearing a full black like turtleneck.
I know that it was gaggy. It was gaggy though. You tore and it was worth it.
It's the commitment that we're looking for here.
Exactly. And that is why we wanted to touch on that for you girls here at the Rebirth. Now, other than Geraldo,
Yes, God.
who wiped the floor with these girls, who were some of your other favorites?
I thought Noah did a wonderful job.
Love
I thought his
Noah.
style was really cute. I loved the little like blanket moment, like woven thing. I thought that was fierce. I thought Annabelle was fierce. And
Me
I just
too.
love the way that she's lit in the picture. I think the pose is a little like unfinished,
Mm-hmm.
but there's like a lot of promise. And come on, she just
Mm-hmm.
scrumptious.
I really
And
enjoyed Mark's styling. It gave very like somebody I would see in a movie for me. I lived. And Ashley.
White Lotus.
Oh no,
Very White Lotus.
Oh, White Lotus down. Okay, we're gonna restart that. It, one of my favorites was Mark. Their styling really gave the White Lotus. And my other favorite was Robin. And funny enough, those two are best friends in real life. We have two groups. Well, we had two groups of really close friends this season. Is that something that is different compared to any other season? Two real life friend groups are competing together, taking each other's pictures?
I believe so. I think this is the next top model race first. If I
And
say so myself. I mean, I'm sorry.
I was
I
just
mean, I
gonna
was gonna
ask
say,
if they have an advantage by doing that. So,
absolutely.
let me ask it again, and
Absolutely.
let me ask it again now.
Having someone take your pictures is, yeah. It's
I'm gonna ask it again now to the
exciting.
camera. Now, Miss Silly Girl, do you think that these four individuals, two friend group, do you think they have an advantage compared to the rest of the girls on this season?
I do. You know, having someone to take your pictures is a game changer. Having to just like set up your phone somewhere is such a pain in the ass. So having someone, you know,
They're
like a
with
kind
you,
sister.
knowing what they're looking for, knowing what, yeah, is expected of them, fully understanding what is going on when doing this photo shoot. I think it is a huge advantage as well.
You're able to share. Absolutely, you're able to share a vision in real time
Mm-hmm.
by
Mm-hmm.
having your bestie there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, let's get into the tea. Who were some of your lesser than favorite? We're gonna be nice here tonight.
What's my favorite? Yeah, let's not shut too soon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm gonna say I wasn't truly living for Ashley nor Talon, and here's why. The most important part about succeeding in this format of competition is you have to know the angle at which the photo is being taken.
Absolutely.
And with like the only thing that stops these from being better is the fact that the angle is like a little bit up here. It just like it completely throws off your body.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not to say that their bodies are misproportionate, but that's what's elicited in the photo.
Right.
That's all we see. So for that reason, we have to go those girls.
I definitely agree. But we find out later that the bottom two were Kemsley and Talon. That is gaggy. This is gaggy because Ashley won the like challenge on the cast reveal, which gave her some sort of advantage that neither Silly Girl or I quite understand fully. But somehow, some way, Ashley took 5 points away from JT and made JT go from second to like sixth, which was gaggy.
Oh,
Gaggy.
that sucks.
And
Yeah, that's it will low blow, but it happens.
it's
And
the
it's the
game.
beginning of the competition. There's more to come.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I believe it took Ashley out of the bottom and put Miss Kemsley in the bottom with Miss Talon, that we later find out Miss Talon goes home. Do you agree that Talon was the right decision to send home this week?
I think so. I think so. Out of those two, I think I would keep Kemsley. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's just someone that kind of excites me.
Mm-hmm.
What they're gonna do, how they're gonna pose. I'm very intrigued by their sense of their body. I think it's yeah. I think that was the right choice.
Yeah. I think the one thing that Kemsley was missing this week was they had all of the potential and they had all the ideas. I think it was narrowing in on just one of the ideas because their face and their body's doing this and their face is doing that. I think once they are taught to harness their energy in a linear way, I think they will really shine in this competition.
Yeah, yes, there's so much energy that's going on correctly. Like the face is so powerful,
Mm-hmm.
and I like the stride. Kensley loves a little lunge moment.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed, but yeah, once they pull it all together, I think it's gonna be showstopping.
And I really enjoyed Taylon's sunburn on their chest. That was an idea that was had.
It was an idea. I'm not sure. I think it would have paid off more if the facial expression was more together. But props to the girls that go there. The extra
Props to your mama.
details and the makeup.
So let's give it up for Taylon. Real quickly. Goodbye, Taylon. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Some inside tea for the girls, and I hope Nathan leaves this in here. Miss Taylon went into the group chat and had it. And she let the girls have it. She said, I did not deserve to go home. She even commented on the post saying something interesting. I just love the tea. I then find out from a reliable source that JT said in the group chat, just because something is creative doesn't make it good. Then goes on to say, and if you shouldn't have gone home, who should have went home instead? Week 1?
There it is.
I'm here for it. We gotta give Miss Taylon her props.
She made a moment.
She was drama. Right, make a moment.
There's no drama to be had usually.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from a few instances, but I love it.
And if you're gonna have an exit, if you're gonna go, give a show.
Go begrudgingly.
Act a fool, mama, act a fool.